I work at a community college. I work with black students. Like I've been teaching black students my entire career, and so I get to find out what's happening to them in their lives. I know that they experience racism. I know it has an impact on their life. And so it makes me so upset when people come on social media and they're like, they just say all kinds of stuff, no knowledge of anything, purely from their imagination, not even drawing on anything real, except for maybe a YouTube video they saw of some conservative talking about how black people are worthless and victims, Candace Owens, and I just, it's so frustrating. I'm like, how can I fight against that? I can't do it obviously with these kids' experiences, right? Because nobody cares about their experience, except for, before they're born. Then it's like pivotal that we protect their experience. But after that, we could care less. So I don't know. It's a weird state of affairs. I don't know how to kind of break through that.
I mean, I've been like super doomer pilled on that for a long time, and I don't know, man. Like it's like I'm not on an ambulance anymore, but I was a paramedic for like 10 years, and I spent most of that time in an urban environment with a large population of poor black people who use 911 like it's their primary healthcare service because they don't have any other options, because EMTALA is the only way that they can see a physician. And American healthcare is broken, and that's just the way it is. And, like I've been into some homes and seen things that, like, when you are literally standing, like when your foot goes through a floorboard and like roaches cover your foot and you have to pull somebody out of a bed that's, it's more urine than it is fabric. And it's covered in bed bugs, and it's like a tenement building that's falling apart, filled with like 30 people who all have padlocks on their doors. And like, it's literally just like the most horrific shit you've ever seen. And I get to the hospital and like, it's a disgusting job. Like, this person is not in good shape and they're bad, but it's not their fault. Right. And you get to there, and like half the time the partner I'm with is like, man, I don't understand how those people can live like that. They're fucking disgusting. They need to just get a job. I'm like, how can you stand in that place next to me and walk away with such a completely different understanding of what's happening here? Like when I stand there, I want to like grab a rifle and start a revolution. Like, and you want them to get a job. Like, how are you next to me with such a completely different worldview? And I don't even know how to reach people like that. So like, I don't even know, like, I don't know.
I think the way to reach someone like that, right, is it starts by having a conversation, right? Like, I mean, it's you at first, you have to talk and find out like who they really are. I mean, they're kind of telling you to a certain extent, right? But I like to verify. Sometimes people surprise you. Sometimes there's all types out there, and so I think you have to give people a chance, and he had kind of a chance. I will say that, but to explain themselves, to at least acknowledge their dehumanization, of people and their situation.
Yeah, and I mean, I've had that conversation, like I used to have it a lot.
How has it gone?
Mostly, like, usually how it goes is I'll be like, do you think that they are doing, awesome? Like, do you think that these people are living this way voluntarily? Like, do you think that this is, like, put yourself in their position? Like, how would you get out of the situation that they're in? And, how would you behave under the circumstances that we just found them in, right? And if you actually force that person to like connect with the person that they just otherized, usually at a minimum people will stop talking to me like that. Occasionally I have had people, go like actually critically think about it. most of the time they will just go, yeah, it's pretty sad, and then like go like, you know, just like water
Forget
off
it
the
ever
duck's back.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, like I had I actually tried that like as an experiment one day. Like I was with a partner who was particularly egregious in that regard, and like wound up having like a 30-minute long, hour-long conversation with him about like, like structural racism, and like without using like the big words. I don't want to be shitty, without using like the what he would see as loaded words and coded words, but just talking about the facts. And he mostly agreed with me, and like he kind of came around. And then the next time I saw him, he's talking about the same old pull yourself up by your bootstrap shit. Um, those people are all the same, et cetera, et cetera. So it's been pretty disheartening. I lost interest in trying a very long time ago. If I'm being perfectly honest, I just showed up and did my job. It's why I got out. One of the reasons I got out was I just couldn't handle being around people like that anymore. But I have had some minor success here and there.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You can't reach everyone. That's what you have to
Yeah.
accept when you're a teacher as well. It's one of the first things they tell you in the training. They're like, brother, listen, I know you think you're going to come in here, you're going to save the world. Listen, you can't reach everyone. You do the best you can, and you got to set limits for yourself. And everyone's different. Everyone has a different capacity. Thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour-long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support, and see you next time.